Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope you're all doing well today. I thought I would go back and show you some of the projects that I've finished. I've been in a lot of challenges lately, and I like to go ahead and do what I'm supposed to do for the challenge, like the minimum, but a lot of times in order not to make the videos too long, I don't do all the finishing work on my pieces. I go back and do that later. So I just wanted to show you a couple things that I had worked on that I finished up. Let me see if I can find them here. The first one that I'll show you is from the napkin, let's use napkins, or can you use napkins challenge, and it was this spread right here. And basically it was, I think, collage. You make a collage page, a journal page using a napkin and collaging it, which I had, a lot of this done. But what I went back and did was I added these sticker banners right here. And I'm not sure if you can see the whole side I've doodled, and then every once in a while I've colored in the doodles, like here, and then it's down here, and then here's some more doodling, and then some more up here. But the whole thing is bordered with two bands of black ink, so I did that. I added this little sticker of this little bird here hanging from the Let Them Eat cake. And then I did also splatter it in white, and if you look like here at the teacup, you might be able to see some of the splatters. This page was already the underneath splattered in orange, but I went ahead over top and splattered in the white. And then I also did a little bit of stamping with a script stamp, and I think either walnut stain or vintage, I think that's walnut stain ink, and I just stamped a little bit over it. And then the last thing I did there, you can see right there, I put some gold acrylic paint, like in spots here and there, like just around here, around her dress, to give it a little bling because I thought she needed it. So that now is the finished page, and that would have just taken too long to do that on the video. So that was one I finished, and then this was the other one, another page I hadn't finished, and this was from Pam from the Paper Outpost and Louisa Heinzel's challenge to use 5 things that begin with the first letter of your first name. And of course, being Helen, I had to do the house, the hair, Heather, Heath, hummingbirds, hearts, hands, all of this. This one I also had not gotten finished, so I didn't do a whole lot more to this. If you watch the video, you notice I had a heart-shaped doily that was nicely stained and everything, and I forgot to use it. I was going to tuck it under like the house or something, and I totally forgot to use it until everything was adhered. So I stamped little hearts. I stamped some little hearts here, then underneath here, and then there's a couple on the side. You can see I did use some script stamping on this one also. And then I put this little number page from the Edith Holden book. It was just on my desk, so I put that there. And this little leafy thing here, I put that one on after. I think that also came from Edith Holden. And then again, if you look, I splattered it in white. So now this one is done, and I won't be doing any more to it. So you can see, quite a difference just adding those final touches to just the basic, get the collage down and call it good. I like to go back and really fill it in as much as I can. But this for me is a very empty page. This is more me, and then I was just doodling with some Stabilo all black pens and some neon paints and some other paints, and kind of Suzanne Rose art style. But this is just a background, obviously. I haven't finished that, but so I was working on that as well. Then also with Pam and Louisa's crazy challenge, you had to paint the 3 journaling cards only using your fingers. So again, I didn't finish them, so I came back, and on this little girl here, I changed her. I think it said something with adventure something. I didn't like it, so I changed it to sparkle and shine and put some little washi tapes behind it. And then I put this sparkly stuff. Now I put it excuse my reach. I put it in a jar, but it comes in a bag from the Dollar Tree. It's called like confetti, but I think it's just foil scrap, but it's so cool. I loved it. So I put it on with white gesso. So it's not blaring. The color's not blaring, but you can see a little bit of the color and some of the bling. And I really thought that was cute, and that worked well with the sparkle and shine. So I did that to her, and then I did splatter some white over her. And then on this one right here, the girls only, I think the only thing I did with this one is I think I might have, I added the dark stamping because her background originally was just the pinks. So I did add some dark stamping, and then I took my Stabilo all around the girls only and highlighted that. And I think that's all I did to her. And then this one right here, I did doodle her border with some stitching and X's and everything around here. And then I stamped this dark border. This was one of my own stamps that I made. And I accidentally got a little heavy-handed with the black down here, and it was too dark. So I went with some white gesso over it and then just drew in some of the same kind of little arch things with my Posca paint pen, and then some gold, and then these little dots here and up here are gold, and then that was also white splattered. So you can see, you know, again, a lot more was done to these after I turned the camera off. So those were the things that I hadn't, the projects that I was finishing up and working on, you know, after the challenges. But if you all remember, around Christmas time, I bought this, well, I had my husband buy me this book for Christmas, this Make Your Own Idea book by Arnie and Carlos. And I just loved this book. I mean, when it came from Amazon, I literally handed it to my husband and I didn't look at it at all. Look at these picture of these books. Okay, so this is the book that binds, that shows you how to bind the book a little bit differently. But the pictures in this book are just so amazing. I mean, they have all these pictures of how they use their idea books and stuff. And then the front part is how to make the books. So I made some tiny ones because I was scrap busting. And I'm going to put down in below, in the description box, the first video from a lady. And unfortunately, I can't remember her name right now, but it will be below. And she just made these books from this book. This is where, from her videos, where I knew about this book and got this book. But she broke it down into three videos. They're only about 20 minutes a piece about how she makes these idea books. And oh my gosh, when you see hers and everything and how wonderful they look, you know, you're going to want to do it. But there's no point in me making a video showing how to make these books when she's already done such a fabulous job. And I learned to make them from her. She learned from these guys. So I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. But just using up some small scraps that I had, because, you know, being a junk journaler, we have pieces of paper that are like strips, you know, 12 inches by like 4 inches or something, lots of pieces like that. So I decided to make 2 scrappy little journals. So these are my little journals that I made using this binding style right here. They both got hard covers, and I made the covers from cardboard. This one just has a cloth. This is vintage fabric on the spine here. And then I covered this cardboard with this paper, and then the inside is like this paper here. And then look at the pages of this book. Oh my gosh, this is so yummy. It's just all these scrappy little papers. No rhyme or reason to them. There's painty papers, there's scrapbook paper, there's packing paper, wrapping paper, book pages, you name it. All these scraps went into this yummy little book. And when I made the book, I bind the book first and then cut the edges so that they fit the size of the cover I want. So some of the edges are torn, some I've cut with fancy, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that, fancy scissors. That one's pinked right here. This is just a painty drop paper from my desk. But guys, these are such fun little books. Now this little one here, I think it's going to be a little tiny art journal. I think I'm going to use this one and make little pieces of art in here. Okay, and see, the books lay pretty flat, so you can work on them. So that one I think is going to be my little art journal. And then this other one that I made here, this one, I left the tails, the sewn tails, and if you watch the videos, you'll understand what I'm talking about when I say sewn tails. I left the fringe on this one. This one, you have to leave the fringe. This one has the fringe, but it's tucked underneath. There's actually muslin binding this book, a piece of muslin fabric binding this book, and this fabric's on top of it. The hairs, the sewing threads are really long and they're tucked underneath there, and that is to help bind it, to help keep it all nice and secure. So this one I didn't want the little hair showing, but this one I thought it would be fun to have the little hair showing. So I have those. And again, this one I covered the front and back with paper. This is paper from that Princess collection. It was an offcut that I had. And this one is just on chipboard. I only covered the front and back. This one I actually wrapped the paper. You can see I wrapped it all the way around and then put that one on. This one is just covered. You can see the cardboard edge here. So I might ink that up. And then this is just a piece of corrugated cardboard, but I think it's the kind that you can purchase, like, you know, in the store, like for scrapbooking. It's pink. It's not, you know, regular corrugated cardboard color. So this is the first one I made, and look how yummy this one is. Again, all just little scraps. And let me tell you, you'll start using up scraps when you make these little scrappy books. Now, in my haste to get this done, Helen style, I did actually put a couple of the signatures in upside down. So I have some upside down cats, I think, in this one. And maybe some, oh no, elephants. My little elephants are upside down. So that little signature is upside down. Each of these books is made with 10 signatures, but the signatures might only have 5 or 6 or 4 papers. So, you know, but there are 10 signatures in each of these books, okay? But they are like actual books, which is just, I love them. And so I want to now get on and make some of the ones like they make, which are big, you know, which are actually book size. So the lady whose videos I'm going to link below, she makes her big ones and she uses book covers, and she either uses them the way they are and then paints over them or something, or covers them some way. The smaller ones, she did what I did. Well, I did what she did and just used pieces of cardboard for the covers. But yeah, so I am super excited about these. So this one's going to be an art journal, and this one I'm thinking, because it's so small, I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, so you guys tell me, what would you do with a small little scrappy journal that has pages that are all different sizes, different textures, whatever. I just love it. I just even love just looking at it, just thumbing through it, just looking at all these papers. Oh, there's my upside down cats. But yeah, so if you have an idea what you would do with something like this, let me know. But I just wanted to start out before I invested my time in making an actual hardcover journal like this, that I would try it with small scrap papers, so, you know, I'm not boo-hooing if I make it big and screw it all up. But I love them, and I can't wait to make a bunch more. But like I said, I'll put her first video in, and then from there you have to go, you know, you can go onto her channel and look up the second and third video so that you can see from beginning to end. She's super easy to understand. If I can do it, guys, so can you. So guys, these are just the little projects I have been working on right now. You've seen a lot of this stuff with the challenges, not the books, but, you know, the other stuff in the challenge videos that I've been putting out. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you all are playing along with some of these challenges and creating for yourself. Please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, I ask that you do. And until the next video, guys, I hope you're all truly blessed. Bye-bye.